Kuzangpo and welcome to this tutorial on the basics of QGIS. In this video, I will introduce you to some of the essential features of QGIS, a widely used software for mapping purposes. This is how it will appear once you open it. If you are just getting started, then here it will be empty. So to create a new project, double click here, or you can click over here, or you can also use the shortcut keys. I will just double click here and this will take us to the empty working space. Let's take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the panels in QGIS. One of the panels you will see is the browser panel. It provides easy access to navigate through your files and folders. I usually save my data in this D drive. From here you can simply drag and drop the files into the workspace. This allows you to easily add the desired layers to your project. Once you import the layers, it will be displayed in the layer panel. The layer panel provides an overview of all the layers currently present in your QGIS project. In case you don't see the panels in your working space, you can go to the view menu, then select panels. From here you can activate or deactivate specific panels based on your needs. Since my panels are already available, I'm not going to make any changes here. You can remove unwanted layers by selecting that layer and then clicking here and then OK. Or you can right click on that layer and then select remove layer and then enter. On the right side we have processing toolbox, which will be frequently used for different geoprocessing tasks. Okay, this concludes the quick introduction to the panels. Okay, now to begin the project, let's start by importing the OpenStreetMap data. By default, you can find it under the XYZ tiles option. From there, simply drag and drop it into the workspace. Then you can zoom into your area of interest. You can easily zoom in or out by scrolling your mouse wheel, or you can also use the zoom controls provided in the toolbar. For this tutorial, I'm going to create a map of Bhutan. I'm going to import the shapefiles of Bhutan that I have previously removed. Now, in case you accidentally lost track of your layer, you can simply select the layer and click on Zoom to Layer. You can also select or deselect the layer based on your needs simply by clicking on the checkbox next to the layer name. This will remove the layer from the active view, but it will still be available in the project for future use. Okay, first of all, let me guide you on creating a new shapefile. To begin, navigate to the view menu and select create new layer. A dialog box will appear. There you have to specify the location where you want to save the shapefile. I recommend you to create a separate folder dedicated to storing your shapefiles. This will ensure easy access in the future. Once you have selected the location, provide a name for the shapefile and save it. Next, you will need to select the geometry type for the shapefile. In the dialog box, you will see 4 different options: point, multi-point, line string, and polygon. Point is commonly used to represent a single point, such as the capital city of a country. Multi-point is used when you want to display multiple points like the location of hospitals. Line string is used to depict linear features such as roads or water bodies. Polygon will be used to map an area of interest such as the boundaries of a region or country. I'm going to select this polygon. Okay, now you have to select an appropriate geographic coordinate reference system, CRS. By choosing the correct reference system, your map will align with the real world. In my case, I am selecting this reference system. Next, you can proceed to fill in the fields information. In my case, I will only input the name of my shapefile. In the type section, select text, then add it to the field list. If there are any unnecessary fields present, you can remove them, then OK. After creating your shapefile, you can proceed to create a polygon within it. To do this, select the newly created shapefile in the layer panel, then click on the pencil-like icon which represents the toggle editing mode, and select the polygon tool from toolbar, and then click on the map to set the vertices and create the polygon. For better precision, you can zoom into the specific area of interest and create the polygon. Since I'm just showing you how to create the polygon, I'm going to roughly map this, and in case you accidentally click on or map outside the desired area, don't worry, you can edit it later. Once you are done with creating the polygon, right click anywhere on the map and a dialog box will appear where you can provide information about the shapefile, fill in the detail, and then OK. Then deselect the toggle editing to exit the editing mode. Now to edit the map, firstly I'm going to change its symbol to make the outlines visible during the editing process. More details about the symbology will be covered later. I will change the symbol to outline only to focus on editing the shape. Okay, now to begin editing, enable the editing mode by toggling it on. You can also right click on the shape file and choose toggle editing from the context menu, and then select this. Then you can select any straight point that needs adjustment and move it to the desired location. Also, for more precision, you can add new points along the outline. Once you have completed the necessary edits, right click on the map and then deselect the toggle editing option to save the changes and exit the editing mode. Okay, this concludes the process of creating a new shapefile. Since the shapefile I have just created was for demonstration, I don't need it. For further editing, I will proceed with the other layers. I'm going to add another layer that shows the outline of the districts in Bhutan. To make changes to the map, double-click on the shapefile, go to the symbology, and here I'm going to change the symbol of Bhutan to an outline, apply, and then OK. Now let's change the symbol of the zone clouds. In this case, I want each zone clouds to have different colors. To do so, select the categorize option and to choose the value to categorize the zone clouds. I will select the zone cloud name as the value. You can also modify the symbol. Then you can click on classify to categorize the zone clouds based on their names. You can again customize the color by selecting a specific color ramp from the options provided. Then click apply and OK. You can change the position of layers in layer panel like this. To further modify the map, go to symbology and then change. Okay, now I'm going to label or display the names of the zone clouds. I want the names of the zone clouds to be displayed. To do this, double click on the layer, go to the label section and choose single labels. Select the value you want to display, which in this case is the zone cloud name. You can also make changes to the font size and color of the labels. Once you're done, click apply and then OK. Okay, now to create standard map for using this data, simply go to the project menu and select a new print layout. Enter the name of the layout, let's say Bhutan, and click OK. This will open the layout editor where you can make all sort of edits to enhance the visual appeal. Firstly, add a map to the layout by either going to add item or directly clicking on the add map icon located on the left side of the editor. Then draw a rectangle on the canvas to define the mapping area. Once you do this, you will see that the geospatial data we created earlier is transferred to the mapping canvas. You can move the canvas, and if you want to adjust the inside map, you can go to the item properties and select this interactively edit map extent and then move or adjust to your desired position. Okay, now let's say that you don't want the background map in the print. To do that, go back to your QGIS project and deselect the corresponding layer. After doing that, return to the mapping canvas and it should be automatically updated. If it's not, then you can manually refresh it. In case you want to make changes in QGIS without affecting the mapping canvas, you can lock the layers. Once you lock the layers, any changes that you made in QGIS project will not be reflected in the layout editor. Even if you refresh it, it is not going to make any changes. You can increase or decrease the scale from here. I'm going to decrease it a little bit. Next, you can add the grids to the map and modify them. Grid type, I'm going to select a solid. You can choose other options too, and then you can adjust the value of the grid, which determines the spacing or interval between the grid lines. As you change the value, you will notice the solid lines appearing on the map according to the chosen interval. You can also offset the grid lines by modifying the offset setting. You also have the option to modify the width and color of the grid lines. I'm going to reduce the width of the lines and make the color slightly transparent. Next, you can add a frame to the layout. Simply select the frame option and adjust its size according to your preference. You can always play around just to make your map more appealing. Then you can add the coordinates to the map. I'm going to select this option as the display format. By default, the coordinates may extend beyond the canvas boundaries, but you can edit their position and orientation to ensure they fit within the layout. You can also customize the front of the text element in the layout. Simply click on the text element and then modify the font properties. Once you're done, go back and edit the decimal point displayed in the coordinates. Further adjust the distance of the coordinates from the frame. And now you are done with modifying grid 1. If you prefer, you can add another grid to the map and then make a modification to it as well. Okay, now once you are done with editing the map, you can add the map title. Draw a rectangle around this area or wherever you like. Next, type your title here. Make any necessary text modifications and adjust its position. Next, you can add the legend, but in my case, I'm not going to include it. Then you can add the scale bar. Select this icon here and draw a rectangle. Then modify it under item properties similar to other elements. You can change the style, the number of the segment on both the left and right sides, adjust the width of the scale, and edit the text style. Once you're done with this, add an north arrow and make any necessary adjustments. Okay, now that you're done with editing, to export your map, go to the Layout tab. From there, you can have the option to export it as an image, as SVG file, or in PDF format. I'm going to export it as image, so click here and select the folder where you want to save your map and then save, and now we are done. Now let's take a look at the image and go to the file location where you have saved your image, and here is my map. Thank you for watching.